Hey, what is up, guys? It's Brendan here, and today we're going to be taking a look at 10 of the best credit card processing companies for you in your small business. And really, no matter what size business you are, I'm sure that you'll find one of the best payment processing companies in here for processing those credit card payments in your business. Now, of course, there are a variety of different companies and solutions that vary depending on your specific needs within your business, and that's what we're going to be breaking down here in today's video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into that number one spot in the list. So at the number one spot, should be no surprise that we have Square. Now, Square really is one of the easiest and most versatile companies that you can use for processing payments in your small business. Of course, processing those credit card payments. You can process credit card payments online, in person. You can key them in as well. Depending on, of course, how your business operates, they have a variety of different products and services that can help you. You can set up a website with them where you can process credit card payments online, or you can do it, again, like I mentioned before, in person with their point of sale solution. So no matter where you need to accept payments, Square can be a good option for you. They also are great for those of you who maybe are processing not even that many payments. Maybe you just need to get yourself off the ground. Maybe you're just processing a few different payments. You can get started easily without any upfront cost, really, in getting started with Square. Now, they do charge you, of course, on a per payment basis, and you'll find that common across all the different companies in this list here. Some of them do have monthly fees, some of them don't, whereas maybe you'll save a little bit of money on the payment processing. That's typically more for higher volume businesses. We'll be getting into those providers later in this list as well, but Square is just a great overall solution for a lot of different people, which is why they're at the number one spot in this list, because they really do cater to a variety of different types of businesses. No matter what type of business you're running, like I said before, if you need something online, maybe if you have staff, if you need something in person, as you can see here, you can do sort of like a cash register setup. You could also do sort of an on-the-go setup as well. So they have a variety of different setups depending on if you need those point of sale products. They have the point of sale things that you can get set up with, or again, you can process payments online as well. So they really do have quite a wide variety of different payment processing options and solutions. So it just depends on what you need. Again, if you do need the point of sale and their terminals, or if you just want to even take contactless payments with your phone and doing tap to pay, they do have an app for that as well. So it really just depends on what your needs are. But again, you can start out really small, or you can go all the way up and scale up over the long haul with a company like Square, because they do have solutions for both small, medium, and even larger size businesses as well. Of course, like I mentioned, you have the different commerce, such as online stores, point of sales, invoices, online checkout links, virtual terminals. So you really do have a wide variety of different payment processing solutions with them as well, which is really nice, and definitely why they take the number one spot in this list. Moving in at number two, we have Payment Depot. Now, this company is owned by Stacks, which is formerly known as Fat Merchant, but Payment Depot is a membership style merchant service where you can save a bit of money on those payment processing fees. So this is better if you do have a little bit larger volume payment processing in your business. Again, we're covering the whole scope of different size companies in this list, so just look into each of these yourself to see what best matches your specific needs. Payment Depot is great for those of you who maybe are already processing a larger number of payments, and they can help you save a bit of money by giving you, again, membership style merchant services. So they do have a monthly fee, but you will save money depending on, you have to do the math, of course. If paying that monthly fee may make sense for you to save more money on those per transaction fees. So that's sort of the difference you have to weigh really with a lot of these different solutions, depending on the style that you need. Of course, they do also offer helping you set up point of sale systems as well, or if you need e-commerce, they can kind of help you directly. They also have integrations with a variety of different e-commerce platforms, like I mentioned a lot here on the channel, like Shopify, WooCommerce, the whole list is here. You even have QuickBooks integrations as well, which is really cool. So depending on what you need, they can help you, of course, depending on what type of business you run, but they can help you as well more specifically with your needs if you contact them directly, they do have a team there as well. In terms of their pricing, so of course, pricing is subject to change on any of these different platforms. So make sure to check out their pricing pages to get the most realistic and up-to-date pricing. I have to say that disclaimer just because pricing is always changing on all these different companies, but they do have a monthly fee. So if you're looking to avoid monthly fees, keep watching the video and we'll get to other ones that are free or have free pricing plans available, such as a company like Square does have free options. You would just pay on the per payment process. So you kind of have to run the numbers here to see if it makes sense to go with a company like Payment Depot. So it may make sense for you to save a bit of money on processing fees, but they are another great option, which is why they're at the number 2 spot in this list. Moving in at number 3, arguably one of the most popular payment processing companies is Stripe. Stripe really has a wide variety of different types of products and services, both online, especially online payments, and making it so that you can integrate Stripe with so many different platforms out there. They do have a wide variety of different products and solutions, whether you need online payments, checkouts, invoicing, billing for subscriptions, if you need a terminal for in-person payments, as well as great fraud detection and really detailed analytics as well for your overall revenue and financial management. They really do have quite a depth of different analytics tools for processing payments through Stripe. Really detailed analytics that you're not going to find on most of the other payment processing companies out there in this list. Their payment processing is super simple as well as far as their overall checkout system. Of course, you can process payments in a variety of different ways, as you can see here, showing you sort of what the different companies that you also utilize Stripe as well. Companies like Slack in terms of invoicing. You also have different fraud and risk management, like I mentioned before. Warby Parker uses them as well. So there's quite a wide variety of different applications for them. They also have their own API as well. If you are familiar with code development, if you need to add it into your own site, you can also do that as well, which is really cool because they are a unified payment processing company as well. So they really do have a wide variety of solutions, which is why they're at the number 3 spot in this list. And they do have again, a variety of different types of integrations and products, no matter if you're an e-commerce company, if you're a SaaS solution, so if you're a software as a service, if you're a marketplace, if you need e-commerce platform integration as well. Depending on what you need, they also have a lot of different integrations as well in terms of their app marketplace. So Stripe, a really great platform as well, worth taking a look into. Again, they are towards the top of this list as far as all the different solutions that they have. Again, they really are great for just accepting online payments, sending invoices, or even doing subscriptions. So setting up monthly recurring subscriptions as well. So you have a variety of different payment processing solutions that you can set up with Stripe. Again, they also do have a lot of different e-commerce platform integrations as well if you want to use Stripe that way. Moving in at the number 4 spot in this list, we have National Processing. Now, this company is also fairly similar to Stripe. They do have pretty low fees as well, which is really cool. And they do have a more detailed analytics setup as well. Very similar, again, to Stripe. As you can see here, the kind of sort of payment processing layout does look fairly similar. National Processing is another good option worth taking a look into. You can set up credit card sales, mobile sales, point of sale terminals, and ACH payments as well. So you can see your total volume of sales depending on how your sales are broken down. They are a great merchant processor. As you can see here, they do also have very transparent pricing in terms of if you're doing a cash discount. In terms of that sort of setup, if you have a restaurant, a retail store, and what that pricing looks like. You have e-commerce, nonprofit, and ACH processing, as well as subscriptions, subscription plus, or even custom pricing if you want to contact them, depending on what your total payment processing needs are. But National Processing overall, they do have a wide variety of different solutions. So as you can see here, you can get a free mobile reader, free terminal, PIN pad, gateway setup, as well as a wide variety of different integrations, such as QuickBooks, Ecwid, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, Shopify, WordPress, OpenCart, and even Zendesk here. A lot of these different platforms I mentioned on the channel many times. I do cover them quite frequently here on the channel. So as you can see here as well, of course, like I mentioned, credit card processing, e-commerce gateways as well, a variety of different fraud protection. and chargeback protection as well. So for overall payment processing solutions, definitely National Processing, another good option worth taking a look into. They do have a variety of different ways that you can process payments with them as well. Moving in next on this list at number 5, we have Hellsim. So I mentioned them in one of the best free point of sale solutions. So if you do need point of sale, this is another great payment processing company to use. So they do offer, of course, it is free to use them. Obviously, you just have to pay for the charge. They don't have any monthly fees in terms of the fact that it's free. They don't have any hidden charges, no monthly fees, no contracts. Of course, it does cost money to actually process those said payments, but I mean, you're going to be paying a little bit of money on every payment process, regardless of really what platform you go with. But Hellsim does have a variety of different ways to accept payments, whether you need it keyed in and over the phone for paying invoices with a virtual terminal, which is really cool. You also have in-person payments. So if you do need some of their point of sale hardware, they do have that available as well. And they do have online payments, so you can even build a fully hosted online store and add payments to your current website with Hellsim as well. So they do have good customer service, as you can see here, and it is one free account for all the different access you need, whether it be point of sale, online checkouts, ACH transfer, or a virtual terminal. Of course, as you can see here, all the different free tools that they have available for you. You also have payment links, recurring plans, inventory, a customer portal, SMS payments, online food ordering as well. So Hellsim, definitely worth taking a look into. Another great option, again, if you do want to save a bit of money as well. Really, they are a great overall solution. I would say they are most comparable to Square, really, in that regard, just because they are sort of more of an all-in-one solution, and they have very similar pricing structure to how Square operates. So Hellsim, another great option. They do also have decent analytics. As you can see here, you can see your overall sales volume as well, and you can break it down sort of where the different sales channels are coming from. So Hellsim, another great option worth taking a look into. Moving on, next in this list, we have PayPal. Now, of course, if you're a long-time PayPal user, then it may make sense for you to use PayPal to process payments. Now, you can send invoices with PayPal through PayPal Business if you have a PayPal Business account. Alternatively, you could also do a POS system. They do have a POS system through their Zettle program. So you can do PayPal point of sale if you want to process payments that way. PayPal is a great option. Maybe if you're a little bit of a lower volume business, maybe depending on the size and scale of your business, it just depends on what your needs are. But they do have a point of sale software, of course, to set up your checkout. So they do have a card reader as well as an all-in-one terminal. Like I said before, it is with their Zettle PayPal program. So the PayPal Zettle app is sort of built in, so you can do that as well through their app. They also have like I said, as you can see here, the flexible card reader that you can use with them as well. And depending on what you need, you can have a custom setup for your POS system if you need to be processing payments physically in a more traditional retail setup. You can also accept payments online, again, through their different invoicing software. As well, a nice thing is you can also process Venmo payments, which is really cool. I know a lot of people use Venmo as well as PayPal. So you do have a good variety of different ways for your customers to pay for your products, again, because it is through PayPal. So you do have again, online checkout, invoicing, software, and different integrations. PayPal really is just one of the most popular solutions out there overall. They aren't necessarily the best for larger, higher volume transactions or larger scale businesses, but if you are a little bit of a lower volume, maybe a smaller business, they can still make a ton of sense for you, especially if you're already familiar with PayPal, you already maybe use PayPal Business. Then that could be a good option for you. Moving in next in this list, we have Stax. Now, Stax is the parent company for Payment Depot, and Stax is for much higher volume businesses. So if you are a small business, maybe you want to look elsewhere. This is for higher volume small businesses. So depending on, of course, how much volume you're actually processing, even as a small business, maybe it still makes sense. But if you're more of a micro business, then maybe you want to look elsewhere. But Stax can help you save quite a bit on payment processing, especially if you are processing a lot more payments. It's a very similar type of setup here to Payment Depot, of course, because Stax does own them as well. Stacks is the parent company, so you do have overall analytics in terms of looking into your business. So they are, again, higher volume, but you can save a bit of money on processing payments with them as well. Now, in terms of their pricing, I believe you do have to contact them for their pricing. So you can see that they currently do have a 40% off flat subscription price, and it does start at $99 a month currently. Of course, all this pricing is subject to change. Make sure to check out their pricing pages whenever you're looking into each of these companies yourself. But as you can see here, you do have no markup on the direct cost interchange. So if you do process enough payments and you can do the math and it makes sense for you to pay that monthly fee where you save money then because they don't have any markup on the direct cost for interchange fees, then it could make sense for you. If you're lower volume, maybe you don't want to pay that monthly fee, then it may make sense to pay the little bit of markup just to save money on the monthly fee. Really, you just have to do the math and see, does it make sense to pay the monthly fee? In a lot of larger volume businesses, it definitely makes a lot of sense if you add up the total processing fees that you're paying and compare that to the monthly fee like a company like Stacks offers you. So even if you are a small business, larger business, or even a SaaS platform as well, some of them, of course, you do have to contact them to get more consultations depending on the size and scale of your business. You do have to contact them and request quotes. So it's not necessarily the most transparent compared to some of the other companies, but it makes sense because realistically, you kind of have to talk to the sales team to see like where your payment processing needs are so that, you don't just bombard them with a million different payments being processed so they can actually most accurately help you, of course, in your business. So they do have a quoting system. You have to request a quote, again, starting at that $99 a month. So just do the math. If it makes sense for you, cool. They do have a variety of different optional add-ons as well, such as QuickBooks integrations, which is really cool if you already use QuickBooks for your accounting needs. Then, Stacks can make a lot of sense. They are really one of the most popular solutions for those larger scale, higher volume businesses. So Stacks, definitely a great spot in this list. Again, it's just not necessarily for everybody, which is why they're in the list, because it makes sense, a lot of sense if you are higher volume. Again, it just doesn't make sense necessarily for everybody if you are lower volume. So run the numbers, do the math. If it makes sense for you, definitely worth taking a look at Stacks if you want to save a bit of money in the long run. Moving on, next in this list, we have Payment Cloud. Now, Payment Cloud is an overall payment processing solution company where you can, of course, process payments, just like a lot of the other companies in this list. However, the one thing that makes Payment Cloud stand out amongst the rest is that they do actually have custom tailored solutions no matter what your risk level is. So overall risk is depending on the types of payments that you're accepting within your business. So maybe if you are processing those medium risk or those higher risk type payments, depending on the type of company that you operate. As you can see here, they sort of have an example list of lower risk businesses such as apparel, home goods, pet supplies, really the most typical companies that you see when you're out and about, right? Auto parts, parking garages, or even beauty supply companies. So typical average run-of-the-mill companies that are more lower risk. And then you can get into the more medium risk businesses, maybe some of the e-commerce subscriptions or accounting software, depending on the type of services. Maybe you do property management or web design. Maybe you just have a little bit more medium risk depending on chargebacks and things like that, some other payment processing companies may want to avoid. So that's where Payment Cloud can come in, especially if you need e-commerce payment processing for accepting those online payments. You're comparing the low risk to the medium risk, as well as the fact that Payment Cloud also offers high risk for a variety of different types of companies. Of course, as you can see here, the list is listed here, such as maybe tech support, just as an example as well. Depending on the type of company or industry that you're in, different payment processing companies do have sort of risk mitigation, whereas Payment Cloud, maybe if you applied for some of the other companies and they're like, hey, sorry, we don't want to take you because your business or industry is a little too risky for us, then hey, maybe you could go to Payment Cloud and they would accept you. So I had to mention this in this list just because of the fact that, depending on the industry that you're in, you may need to use a company like Payment Cloud, especially if you're not getting accepted, or maybe if you're having a lot of issues with other payment processing companies. Payment Cloud could be a great solution for you, which is why they're in this list, again, because they do cater solutions to especially those medium to high risk businesses, where the low risk businesses, you probably won't have as much of a problem with getting payment processing. But maybe you would if you were in a more medium risk or higher risk industry or business. So Payment Cloud, another good option worth taking a look into. Next on this list, we have Toast. Now, Toast is really a good solution for payment processing if you are a restaurant. Look, if you're not a restaurant, look elsewhere. But if you are a restaurant, they do offer a wide suite of different products, such as point of sale systems, restaurant management systems. Overall, they are a great one-stop solution for processing payments and just overall restaurant management as well. They are a restaurant-first platform built for restaurants. So Toast is a great platform. They do also offer a free version. Of course, you do have to pay for the terminals themselves, but they do have a free starter kit set up where you can get 1 to 2 point of sale terminals. If we do take a look at the pricing here, as you can see, if we take a look at the pricing overview, they do have a free, no monthly fee plan if you're just using 1 to 2 point of sale terminals. If you do need more terminals and other setups, like if you need the growth or enterprise plan or even their core plan, they do have monthly fees for those, depending on what types of software and things that you need. But if you're just doing basic point of sale and payment processing in your restaurant, such as as you can see here, food trucks or single location cafes, then this could be a great option for you, since you get the initial hardware and their basic point of sale software without any monthly fee. So if you are interested in Toast, of course, feel free to check out the links down in the description box below. I will be linking to all these different platforms, payment processing platforms as well. You can get a free demo of Toast as well if you go to the link down in the description box below. That's BrandonValesky.com/Toast if you're interested in getting a free demo of Toast for you in your restaurant. So again, I figured I would mention them in this list just because they are a really great solution for those restaurants. But if you're not a restaurant, maybe look elsewhere in this list, of course. Moving in, last but not least, we have QuickBooks. Now, QuickBooks, if you're already using them for your accounting software solution, then hey, this could be a great way to accept payments, especially maybe if you want to have that direct integration into QuickBooks. You can use QuickBooks Payments. Now, on one hand, you do have to have a QuickBooks subscription to use QuickBooks Payments, so it's obviously not for everybody, which is why they're lower on this list, but I figured I would at least include them last but not least, because if you're already using QuickBooks, it can make a lot of sense just to accept payments with them as well. So you can accept payments with them through invoicing as well if you need to do pay embedded or pay enabled invoices, which is really easy and super simple to use within QuickBooks. You can get paid on the go or in person. They do have mobile payments set up. You can do ACH and e-checks as well to pay digitally. You can schedule things in advance if you need recurring invoices, as well as quick deposits. And because of the fact that it is through QuickBooks, you can do automatic bookkeeping as well for those customers and just have all that data in one place. So it is nice in terms of the fact that you don't have to do any third-party integrations and you can get paid directly through QuickBooks. So if you're already using QuickBooks for your business, then hey, it may make sense for you to use QuickBooks Payments in order to get paid through QuickBooks as well, especially through their easy invoicing setup that's built into their software as well. Again, if you maybe already have QuickBooks, or if you're new to QuickBooks as well, you would need a QuickBooks Online account to do payments and QuickBooks checking. So it is worth considering that you do need to use them. But hey, if you already are, then it could make a ton of sense to use QuickBooks Payments. Again, if you are brand new to QuickBooks, you can check out the special pricing page I have access to for those of you guys watching this video. That's at BrandonValesky.com/QuickBooks. Will be linked down in the description box below as well if you're interested in checking out QuickBooks, maybe if you don't already use them and you want to try out QuickBooks Payments. So guys, that pretty much wraps up here today's video of 10 of the best credit card payment processing companies. Really, there's a whole variety of different solutions depending on what your specific needs are within your business. And hopefully you found one in this list. If you guys enjoyed this video or found it helpful, be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. But anyway, guys, that is all for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.